This story is a joint venture between myself and Cookie82. I would like to credit Cookie82 with this story. We both worked on this concept, and she's done very well in helping bring this story to fruition. The story is called Reflection of Darkness. I tell you this story now because I don't know how long I can hold on to my sanity. I must share this story with you to give you a warning and to protect you. You will understand why, and hopefully I won't become what I state in this story. Listen and be warned. I recently got myself a new place, a flat. I wanted to move out for quite some time. I figured it would be a new start for me. I had encountered numerous problems, numerous emotional issues, a lot of darkness in my past. I wanted to get away from it, have a clean start. So, I rented myself a flat. It was relatively well furnished, a few bits here and there, cooker, washing machine, you know, the general stuff. But it looked like the bathroom mirror was cracked. So I thought, you know what, it could do with a replacement one. But considering the prices of some top class mirrors, I thought, you know what, I'll see if I can find like a second hand one or like a cheap one. So I look around the likes of eBay. I found one going incredibly cheap. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to snap that up. There's very little details on it, but there was a picture of it and the mirror looked perfectly good. So I thought, yeah, go for it. About 5 days later, the mirror arrived. Brought it in, fitted it, and thought, yeah, that looks pretty good. Anyway, I kind of wish I had actually spotted out for something a bit more expensive now, because that was where it all started. I remember it was getting pretty late one night. In fact, it was the same night I got the mirror. Went to the toilet. I turned to the mirror and just looked at myself in it. But when I was looking in the mirror, what I saw was myself, but not myself. Something seemed wrong. It was almost like my face was very pale. I couldn't make out much more, just very pale. I looked a bit closer, and yeah, just looked like I was like a ghostly figure. I figured I was just tired, so I sort of palmed it off, went to bed. Woke up in the morning, had another look in the mirror, and I looked fine after that, so figured I was just sleepy. Anyway, that night, again went to the toilet, looked in the mirror, it was getting late, and again my skin looked pasty, but something else seemed wrong as well. My glare was almost demonic in a way. It almost looked like I was looking at someone else through the mirror. It was quite disconcerting. I sort of blinked a few times, just in my eyes, and then it all seemed fine. I could just see myself normally again. It was a bit weird, but again, figured I was just seeing things. Sometimes when it gets dark, your eyes play tricks on you. Third night, again I looked into the mirror, and what I saw was considerably more grotesque. It was still myself, but this time it was myself performing actions. Actions that I was not performing. One in particular, this particular night anyway, was myself just screaming. Couldn't hear anything, but I assume it was screaming like at me. almost as if it was like just blind rage, just screaming at me, as if I'd seen something I shouldn't have. I turned away, thinking, what was I looking at? I turned back, and it was fine again. This was getting weird. Successive night after that, I gingerly approached the mirror to see if if anything would happen. Something terrible happened. It was still me, but it was also, there was another figure in it, and it was, all I could see was a depiction of this sort of dark me, pasty skin, long hair, terrible fang-like teeth, brutal stare, just beating this innocent person senseless over and over and over again. This was a grotesque sight. Successive nights were depicting similar renditions. There were times where I wouldn't look in the mirror deliberately, but every time I caught a glance in it, it would be just the same sort of thing. Myself assaulting someone, beating someone. It would be friends, family, random people just appearing in the mirror, and just myself brutally harming them, as if something inside was just leaping out, like a darkness inside, just leaping forth, and as if it was taking control of me, and I was seeing it in the mirror. As the days lingered on though, my mind started to play tricks on me. Even though I wasn't looking in the mirror, I would become more irritable with the people I knew. Friends and family began to notice that I was becoming more agitated, angry, paranoid, unsure of myself. I figured it was just the images in the mirror were just driving me mad. But even I started to feel that I was getting angrier. But not just angry though. It was almost like the carnal sins were starting to leak out, as if like a darkness inside me was just seeping out, taking root in my heart and starting to take control. I was becoming quite fearful. I could see myself looking at people thinking, I'm going to kill you, I hate you, stop looking at me. And I was becoming concerned about the sort of thing that I would do to someone. I was becoming someone, no one could talk to me because I would just lash out. Nearly attacked a couple of my friends at one point. This is when I made the decision. That mirror had to go. That had to be the source of my frustrations, the source of my insanity. So I took the mirror, I smashed it, and I stomped on it, destroyed it completely. There was a wash of relief over me, thinking I destroyed that evil thing. Now it can't harm me anymore. But the pain, the desire, the lust, the rage, it didn't subside. In fact, it got worse. I had a sudden feeling of hate, revenge, greed. I said rage already, but just everything negative just came flooding forwards. Paranoia, mistrust. Everyone was my enemy, and everyone had to pay. Doesn't matter if they'd done anything or not. Everyone was against me, and it was either me or them. And then I realised, perhaps something I'd known all along. These are all thoughts that were lingering in the back of my mind, back when I moved into this place. The dark thoughts that I'd hoped to get away from, the pains that I'd hoped to have left behind, they were all being personified. And I think I now understand what that mirror was representing. It was showing what was inside me, the evil monster that lived inside. But destroying the mirror didn't banish it. It did the opposite. I think it's released it from its prison within me, and it is now taking control, taking hold of me. I can feel myself becoming more angry. I'm starting to worry about what I will do to people if anyone comes to my door. I don't think I'd hesitate to kill them. To just follow along in what the mirror showed me. To kill. To beat them. To assault them viciously. They deserve it. They deserve what they get. They got in my way. And now they will have to pay for that. I've now come to the conclusion that this demon inside me is out, and it's taken hold. With what little humanity I have left in me, I feel I only have one alternative. One alternative to banish this demon, to not inflict it upon the world. My heart grows heavy, but I know I must do this to protect those around me, to protect those I love. But before I go through with this, heed my warning. Do not look into that demonic mirror. Don't just think that because it's a bargain, it's good. Don't look into the mirror. And if you do look into the mirror, do not destroy it. You will only let out what is already inside, what is held inside that prison. Mirrors usually reflect light. This one only reflects the darkness.